In this video, we are going to talk about how you can give a really great elevator pitch and make a good first contact with the employers at the job fair. So what we're going to do is we're going to break this down into 3 phases to help you figure this out. First, we're going to talk about the what and the why of an elevator pitch, figuring out exactly what's going on, why we're giving an elevator pitch, and understanding the purpose of an elevator pitch in the first place. Then we're going to talk about how. I'm going to give you some specific tips and strategies you can use in order to actually practice your elevator pitch. And then we'll end by talking about some additional strategies you can use to sort of make that transition from elevator pitch to the rest of the conversation really seamless and really effective. So the first thing to talk about is what and why we're giving an elevator pitch. So what is an elevator pitch? Essentially, an elevator pitch, sometimes when we hear the word elevator pitch, we put more pressure on ourselves than we need to. All our elevator pitch is it's our first impression that we're trying to make on employers. It's your chance to make a good, smooth, and easy first impression with potential employers. Your elevator pitch is also a really good way to ease your nerves as you begin talking to employers. A lot of us deal with social anxiety or just anxiety in general as we start to have these really intense conversations. And mastering your elevator pitch is a really good way to help calm your nerves down because you get the conversation started in a way that the way that you control, the way that you planned, and the way that you practiced. And that can really help make the rest of the conversation really effective and a lot easier for you. And in a nutshell, your elevator pitch is just a concise presentation of you and your career goals in 30 seconds. And it's completely unique to you. So everything we talk about here, you don't want to just copy word for word or idea for idea, but you want to really take it and make it your own, make it you. So in terms of how we craft our elevator pitch, there are several different elements that people use in an effective elevator pitch. And I've listed some here on this slide, but you can and you should add or remove sections as you see fit. This is not a one size fits all. So let's look at some of these. So personal background is usually where a lot of people start. So this will take the form of, my name is blank and I grew up in blank. I'm currently a blank major at Texas Tech University. And that kind of gets into our second piece, which is educational experience. So really we want to focus on what our major is and our minor if it's relevant where we are at Texas Tech. The next piece that a lot of people add is related work. So if you have any experience, an internship, a project that you worked on for a class that's relevant to the industry of the company you are speaking to right now, then you might want to mention that there, right? I've completed an internship at this place. The next thing you might add are some of your top skills. So what you bring to the table, your top skills, your top strengths. At the University Career Center, we have an assessment called Strengths Quest. That's something you have access to. You might want to take a look at that and start to get to know your strengths so that you can talk about those and leverage those in your conversations with employers. And then you want to end usually by talking about why you're interested in an opportunity with that particular company. And it should be something specific to that company. So it could be something you like about their company, some of the values they hold. It could be a particular internship that they offer you think will help you a lot. And so mention something specific that tells that recruiter why you're interested in their company, right? Why you stop by their booth to talk to them. Something that shows the recruiter that you didn't just stop by there because they were the next stop along the way. So those are the parts that you might consider including. And again, add or remove any of those that you see fit, right? If you don't have an internship or related work experience, just take that out. If you don't want to touch on your personal background, you feel like that's not relevant, don't include that, right? But make sure you hit that education. Make sure you talk about why you're interested in that position. Let me give you an example of what one of these might look like. And again, I have to say, you don't want to say this word for word. You want to take this, make it your own, make it feel natural. But here is what a sample elevator pitch might look like. So you could say something, "Hi, my name is Carter Career, and I am a biology major here at Texas Tech with a minor in public research administration. I'm set to graduate in December of this year, and I recently finished an internship with Parker Dewey where I was able to get hands-on experience conducting some research in a lab setting. I'm very interested in learning about some of the opportunities with your company because I think I could be a real asset to your team." Again, make it sound like you, but that's an idea of how you incorporate these elements into an elevator pitch. Now, some additional strategies. Once you complete your elevator pitch, it can be tempting or it can be really easy to just kind of stand there and stare at them. And you don't want that to happen. You don't want that awkward pause, that who talks next moment to happen. So transition out of your elevator pitch with a question. So asking a question is the easiest and most effective way to signal that you're done talking and you want to pass the ball to the recruiter. So you can say, "Can you tell me a little bit about your company? Can you tell me about this position? What kinds of opportunities do you have? What can you tell me about?" So signal to them you're done talking, ask them a question, and let them talk. If you can't or don't really want to transition with a particular question, you can say, "And that's a little bit about me. It's nice to meet you." And then that's another signal to the recruiter. It's time for me to talk. It's time for me to ask some questions. So that's an easy way to transition out. A thing about the elevator pitch is write it down. Okay, write your elevator pitch down. I gave you a sample in the previous slide because writing it down and being able to read it and practice it is going to really help you familiarize yourself with it. And so point 2 on this slide is practice, practice, practice. You should have this speech memorized, okay? You should have it memorized so well that you can recite it without it sounding memorized, right? And that's really, really important, is that it sounds natural, okay? Pick the right time to start the elevator pitch, okay? Don't be too eager to get into your elevator pitch. Sometimes we get really excited when we've got a really good elevator pitch and we walk straight up to the person and without taking a breath, without shaking their hands, we jump right into, "Hi, my name is Carter Career," and you don't want to do that, right? Say, "Hi, nice to meet you," and then you can transition into your elevator pitch. So don't rush into it a little bit too much. And then once again, just make it sound like you, okay? Make it sound like you. It shouldn't sound like you are reciting something that you have memorized. But if you use these strategies and tips and practice a lot, you're going to have a really good elevator pitch. It's really going to get your conversation with those recruiters off to a great start. So I wish you all the best of luck. There are some additional resources on the University Career Center website, and I would invite you to check those out at your convenience.